Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Coriander, tonight we are continuing our coverage of the Omen franchise with Damien, Omen 2.
Yes.
The voiceover, man. I love the voiceover in those old school trailers, man. They're so good.
Right.
I love it.
They are.
All right. So we had covered this before, and it was a really fun episode. We kind of went back and forth on a few things. So obviously we're redoing it. We rewatched it, and so let's see if things have changed. Let's see if things have changed. Real quick, just to see who we have in the chat. Let's see. We've got oh no, scary stuff saying no. Next, some cool kills though. The one with the birds is a standout, and the cousin emotional. Yeah,
Yes.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
We got Gore in the chat saying the Omen is a classic, but I do think Damien, the Omen 2 is a good horror movie. All right, I hear you, man.
Yeah.
All
Nice.
right, right. Eric's in the chat saying I've only seen this once, and it's been decades. All I remember is the scene where Damien watches a classmate die in the woods. I think time for a revisit. Close.
That was
You're
his
pretty close.
cousin.
Right.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you need to rewatch this because, it's a good one.
Yes. And we got Patrick in the chat saying hello. What's going on, man?
Hey.
Yes. And we got Neil. Neil's in the chat from Neon Black Review saying, I have the Omen anthology, which includes the first 3 films and the remake. At some point, I need to go back and watch all of them. Yeah, I would definitely say watch them all, because there's definitely some good moments in the sequels. Obviously, the first one is regarded as a classic.
Yeah, definitely.
We got Flamethrower in the chat too saying, hello from the Sunshine State.
Hey.
All right, man. What's going on? All right, so Coriander, let's start this thing off, man. Okay, so let me start off first. So we obviously reviewed The Omen, which, by the way, if you guys have not seen that episode, please check it out. It was a fun episode. We also took a moment to pay respects to the late great Richard Donner, who directed The Omen. A great episode. So you come into this one, and it's like, okay.
Why are you acting like this?
No. I'm just saying. We've already talked about this before. We're redoing this, but okay. So he's living with his uncle, and his aunt and his cousin, and right off the bat, you can tell things are a little bit different. Most notably, he's older. I believe he's what?
He's
13?
like almost 13.
Almost.
He's almost 13. Yep.
Right. So I will give them a hell of a lot of credit because the thing that was good about this movie is obviously he's older, and the whole idea of the military school setting. I think that opened up a whole new, world for them to work around in.
Definitely.
What did you now? The other thing too. So this thing, when it starts off, we start off with one of the characters I love. Yes, right? You know it. My man, Carl Bugenhagen. And, he's the only one, obviously, from the original that returned. And Homeboy is racing through the streets. And I'm like, where is he going? This is all while the opening credits are coming on. And I'm like, he's about to hit somebody like multiple times, right?
Yeah, he was flying. Yeah,
he was
and
flying.
Those streets are small,
right? He's over in wherever he was, Rome or wherever. So we don't know what's going on at this point, and this is the beginning of the movie. So we find out that he's found this archaeological site. It's called Yagel's Wall, and it shows a picture of Damien. And proving that he's the Antichrist.
He is who he.
Yes. So he's trying to talk to his friend, and he's basically saying, "You have to go and warn the Thorns because we're all in grave danger."
Sick.
Right.
He said he was too sick to do it. Yep.
Right. He said, "I can't do it. I'm too ill. I'm too old." And so he's trying to and it's his friend Michael, and he's trying to get him to believe in this. And he's like, if you don't believe me, let's go see Yagel's Wall. And so then they start racing off again. And
Yeah.
first of all, let me just say, and then I'll give it to you. The setting was really, really cool. This is just the beginning of the film. I mean, it was really
Mhm.
fantastic setting. What did you think about
Mhm.
this scene? And then when they're in the cave and they find Yagail's wall, what were you thinking about the movie at that point?
I mean, yeah, I loved watching his mad dash through the streets, and
Mm-hmm.
it's you feel bad for these guys because anybody who gets too close to knowing the truth and
Mm-hmm.
bringing it forth to, the public or
Mm-hmm.
whoever they need to,
Mm-hmm.
they get they're offed. And yeah,
Right.
what happens, there that cave starts caving in, and
Yeah,
yeah.
man. I gotta admit, man, when you first see it, that's where I'm coming from. But when I first
Mhm.
saw it, I was like, oh shit, man. And Michael's like, "Is there another way out, Carl?" And Carl's like, "No, the
Yeah.
devil, the Antichrist is with us." And it's like,
Yes.
and
And the
and he
music and
the music
yeah.
is a little bit faster paced and a little bit more
Yep.
intense. They brought back Jerry Goldsmith, which was one of the smartest things that they could have done. And
Mhm.
Goldsmith changed the theme a little bit. He didn't use just the same old theme from the first movie. He used a variation of it and so forth. But they're getting caved in, and Bugenhagen is just like, "Yeah, man, we're dead," And it's
Pretty
like,
much.
holy. And I'm like, holy shit, man, they're killing him off right in the beginning of the movie. This is within the
Yeah.
first 10-15 minutes of the movie. So
Yep.
I'm just like, well, how is this going to go down? Because he even said to Michael, he said, "I'm the only living person that knows the truth," and I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, what's
Yeah.
happening? But anyways, that's the opening, and like you said, the music is fast paced. It's great. So they fast forward. We come to realize that this scene with Bugenhagen happened right after the first movie ended. Okay,
Mhm.
so then it fast forwards, whatever it is, 7 years or
Like 7
whatever it
years.
is.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then we see Damien, and he's living with his uncle and his aunt, played by
Mhm.
William Holden and Lee
Yep.
Grant. What
Yep.
did you now? First, and we'll get into it soon. But what did you think of these two as compared
I thought
to as
I
as,
thought
as
they were
compared to
great.
the guys in the first
Yep.
movie?
Yeah, I thought they did a great job with what they were giving and their
Hmm.
performances. I mean, she wasn't the real mother of, you know, the son of what Mark,
Mark.
you know.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep. Um, but I thought she was great. I thought, you know, she was in her role.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
I don't want to like go too ahead,
Right.
but
Yeah. We're
and
not
I
gonna
thought
jump.
he right, no, and I thought, William Holden did pretty damn good,
Yeah.
I I he gave a believable performance.
Yeah, to a certain degree, and we'll
You
we'll
gotta
definitely get into
stop.
that. Well,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, but no, and
I
and
do.
interestingly enough, and we talked about this in the Omen episode. William Holden was up for the part of Robert Thorne in the
Yep.
first movie, and he did not want to play. He did not accept the role because he didn't want to be in a movie that was talking about the devil and all that type of stuff. And of course, the first movie did so well and did so much for Gregory Peck and so forth. So
Mhm.
this time William Holden definitely didn't pass up the opportunity to star in
Right?
the movie.
Which he was smart to do.
Yeah, he was smart to do it. And I mean, he did fine with what he was given. I
Yeah.
just I
Oh,
just think
stop.
I just think some of the script got a little bit off and yada yada yada. Now, real quick, in the chat, um,
Yada yada. Oh boy.
we've got Slasher Fred that says, if you guys ever seen the original Child's Play, uh, Dina Manoff, who plays the babysitter, is the daughter of Lee Grant, who appears in the film. Oh, I didn't know
Oh,
that.
okay. I didn't
Right.
either.
Flamethrower is saying, all I can say is part one had me scared of a 5-year old. Damien in part two was a typical manipulative teenager. I hear
Well,
you.
until he really discovered who he was, I thought he was a pretty normal, kid
Yeah.
until that sergeant dude or whoever he was gave him
Yeah.
that Bible and told him, read
Right.
this and you'll discover who you really are.
Well,
And
before
hello,
right, but
I'm not going to go any farther.
before we even get to that, we see how he's living with his cousin, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
And like you said, he just seemed like a normal boy. The cousins are just being two boys and this and that. We
yeah.
come to find out that they're going to military school. But before
Hmm.
they go to military school, there's this scene with I guess their great aunt, and
Yeah.
she controls a lot of the shareholdings of the Thorn Industries, the
Yep.
business. And she has this huge issue with Damien. And she comes
Hmm.
to tell, Richard and Anne about it. And that's when we first see the first scene with the good old crow who appears in
Yeah.
her bedroom. And you start hearing
Well,
that
the
music.
Raven. Yeah.
Raven. Yeah, you're right. And I'm just like, oh shit. And basically she has a heart attack. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, there's number one. Well,
Yep.
Bugenhagen and Michael were first, but as far as in
Right.
the present day of the story, she was the
Yep.
first to go. But like you said, he's just a normal boy, even in the car ride to the military school. He's just being normal. He's joking and everything. And I got to admit,
Hmm.
I was not expecting that from the sequel when I first saw it. I was thinking, he's ready to rock, he's the devil's son and so forth. So I thought it was interesting that he did not even know
I
who
like
who he
that.
was. Yeah, it was some
Yeah.
mystery to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Um but then we get to where the main most of the movie takes place with Damien in military school, and we
Yep.
meet your guy Lance Henriksen
Your guy.
from
Your
so
guy.
many. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is my guy, Lance Henriksen, playing Neff, the
Hmm.
military commander, and he was pretty good in his role. He just kind of seemed like one of those guys, stay in
Yeah.
line, listen to me, and all that type of stuff. So again, this is
Yeah. He was
all
the
set up.
protector. Yeah. He was a
Well,
servant.
well, we didn't. Well,
Oh,
we didn't know
shit.
that
I
yet.
jumped ahead, right? Oops.
That's all right. But
I'm
he,
sorry.
what I was
Damn.
saying was, is he seemed like just a regular guy. He's a drill sergeant, and there you go.
Hmm.
Now, while
Right.
all this is happening, we deal with a lot of the business stuff of Thorn Industries, and we find
Yep.
out that there's this huge thing with the company. They're trying to, uh, gain more acquisitions and money and all this type of stuff. And it's really like background stuff, but it will become important a little bit later on. Now, let me just ask you this, because obviously this story is so much different than the first movie.
Yeah.
How did you like it compared to the first one? The first one was really about Robert Thorne trying to unravel the mystery of his son. He went on the
Hmm.
road, him and the photographer and so forth. This movie is totally different because we spend so much time with Damien
Oh,
himself
of course it
as a
is.
12-year-old. So how
Yeah.
did you enjoy it?
You know, th- the only movie that I really have a problem with is the third. The first two, I absolutely love these movies as, as a pair.
Hmm.
I think that it goes well with each other,
Yeah.
and of course, you're never going to beat a classic. Obviously, nothing's going to compare to a first. It's rare
Right.
if a sequel can do that, which some do. There has been. It's not like it's never been done. But
Right.
I enjoyed it. I liked this. I like how this story flowed, how he's innocent and doesn't know what's going on until that innocence is taken away and he knows who he
Hmm.
really is.
Right.
And how it ends, it just leaves it to where the story can continue. And
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. I
Yeah.
love both of these movies. So
Yeah, no, they're definitely good movies. There's no doubt about that. Gore was saying, "Me too, Coriander." Yeah, absolutely. But then we get into, I think it's really the heart of the movie is then people start finding out about Damien, and then obviously, as you said,
yeah,
people they got to
shit
get aced out.
happens.
And
Yes.
so the first thing that we see is the journalist
Yeah.
who Joan Hart,
Yeah.
she was supposed to
Hmm.
be interviewing Richard Thorne, and she found out about Bugenhagen and the prophecy and all this type of stuff. And
Yep.
she is trying to warn him. She
Hmm.
basically manhandles her way into his car to to have the conversation, basically
Yep.
saying, "Hey, Bugenhagen gave those ancient daggers to your brother to kill Damien because he is the Antichrist." Now, this is where we start getting into it, Coriander, because William Holden, and I'm going to admit, at this point, I'm with William Holden on this. He doesn't believe her. He's like, oh,
Of
come on, what are you
course
talking about?
not.
Right. No. I'm saying,
Exactly.
no, I'm with him. I'm saying, okay, I'm with him. He doesn't believe it. He's like, no, my brother was just mentally ill and he tried to kill his own
Yep.
kid, yada, yada,
Mm-hmm.
yada. So she can't convince him. She eventually meets up with Anne, the wife, and
Mm-hmm.
says, hey, you know, Damien, there's a problem with Damien and this and that. And then she forgets what it is. It was kind of a weird throwaway scene. Of course, later on in the movie, and hopefully you can remind me, I think we understand why she forgot what the problem with Damien was. It was almost like she was under a spell or something, you know, because Anne and the curator of the museum, they were just like, well, what's wrong with Damien? What's wrong with Damien? But
Mm-hmm.
then when she leaves, we've got that fantastic scene, the Raven
Yeah.
scene. Now, what did you think about how this scene played out? It was pretty fantastical.
It was pretty good because before this even happened, she like went to the kids' military school and was watching them practice. Was it football?
Yes, yep. They were practicing football.
And
Yep,
like, yeah, and she was like asking questions, and it's almost like Damien. I can't remember. Didn't he see her or
he did
something?
see
Or
her. Yep, he did see her.
yeah.
He did.
And then she
Yeah.
gets all freaked out and takes off, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you see the Raven, and shit happens. Their like car breaks down, and
Yes,
yeah, this
the
was
music.
like, yeah,
The
this
music
is a
comes
great
on.
scene. Yes, and that Raven takes her eyeballs out,
Yeah,
and it's so crazy because you would think not being able to see, you wouldn't move. But
right.
stupid enough, she like goes in the middle
Well,
of the road and gets splattered.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, she was also hysterical too because
Yeah, she was.
before her car broke down, she was totally terrified of Damien. Matter of fact, that's why she
Mhm.
ran after seeing him when he
Yeah.
was playing football, and she was sitting
Yep.
there praying to herself before the car even stopped. So she was totally hysterical. So I kind of understand why she wasn't acting, logically, let's say, But it was a fantastic
Yeah.
scene. I mean,
It
it
was.
just, and when she got hit by the truck,
Yeah,
the
man.
big rig, it was like, oh my God, man, she got hit, her body jumped up, hit the back of the
Yeah.
trailer, rolled off to the side, and then she got ran
Yeah.
over a little bit. I'm like, damn, like they did not play
Right.
around.
No, they
No, they
didn't.
didn't. Real quick
No.
in the chat, Gore was saying, I like it almost as much as the original. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good, man. It's different,
same. It
but it's
really
good.
is. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Oh, and in the chat, we've got Aaron Pin in the chat. What's going on, man? Nice to have you. Welcome to the chat. Saying character work in this film is incredible, and I love the
Yeah.
ending. I agree, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Mhm.
joining us, Aaron. Nice to see you. Guys, check out Aaron's channel. He's fantastic. He knows his movies. He's fantastic. We got Ultimate Sunrise saying, "Hey, brother, what's going on, man? How you doing? Nice to have you in the chat." And Neil was saying, I went to junior high with a kid named Damien, which shows I'm
Nice.
really old because no one names their kid Damien anymore. Ain't that the truth? Very true.
Well,
Very
if
true.
I was gonna have a boy,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna name, my boy Damien.
No, you weren't.
I was.
Get out of
Yeah, that
here.
doesn't mean
Come
he's the
on.
friggin' Satan. You know what I'm
Come
saying? The
on. You
spawn of
come
the
on.
devil.
You know
It's a
better.
different name. How often do you hear Damien? Not that often.
And you know
I don't
why? Do you know why? Because of these
stop it.
movies. That's why.
Oh, stop. Oh my God.
Ultimate Sunrise saying, I finally caught you live. Yeah, man. Yeah. And this actually isn't our regular night, but we wanted to do this because we had covered the first movie. So Aaron saying, I agree, this one is pretty much on par with the first for me. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you, man. It is fun. It is fun. Gore saying it does a
Yeah.
great job of capturing the same vibe, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's an awesome movie. Like I said, yeah. These two together, they're great.
Yeah, Ultimate Sunrise said, I never saw the second, only the first and the third.
Oh,
Okay, well,
oh man, you've
we're going to
got to
be
see
into,
the second one.
yeah,
Yeah,
we will be
man.
talking about
Spoiler alert.
spoilers. So,
Yeah.
Aaron saying, I think where it works better is Damien is much more likable. You aren't sure the way he will go, but you can believe him more here because the actor is more charismatic. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, being an older kid and the story really revolves around him. I think that's the best part of this movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Aaron also saying the first film is great, but Damien is almost a 2D evil kid. Yeah, yeah, it's true. It really is true.
He
Yeah,
does become it, definitely.
yeah,
Once you know the truth, hell, you got to
right.
embrace it.
Absolutely. Aaron saying, thanks. I keep meaning to get into these because I always enjoy these videos. Oh, thanks, man. We appreciate it. It's great to have you
Yeah.
too, man. That means a lot. It really does. And we got Brian. Brian's in the chat too saying, hey, Knight and
Hello.
Coriander. Hey, how's it going? We got the whole crew here. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, man. But just to get some more into the and also we got the movie brothers. I think it's Steven saying, "Hey guys, I never saw the second one, so it sounds like I definitely need to see 2 and 3."
Oh,
Yes,
I'm so excited for you
yes,
guys that have not seen this movie because you're gonna be like,
yeah,
"What was I thinking?" Because it's
right,
so good. Good for
yeah.
you guys. You got to check it out, man.
Yeah, but so we had the fantastic scene with the Raven. It was crazy, and again, this is where, and I wanted to throw this out here too. This is where you start to see the Final Destination parallels, man. I mean, you even saw that in the first movie, and I swear to God,
Right?
man, Final Destination, the filmmakers on that must have had a lot of inspiration from the Omen movies. They must have. It's just but as we get further into the story, Mark has a birthday party and
Yeah.
Damien's just kind of doing his own thing. And then we meet your boy, who is one of the sleaziest businessmen you've ever
My
seen.
boy. I like how he's my boy.
you know, and but he's
Oh,
he's all he's all behind the scenes, and you
yeah.
can tell right off the bat without even having it spoiled, that he's not a good guy,
Yeah.
and we find
No.
out that he's also a protector, but
Yeah, he
he's
is.
basically trying to set up the company for Damien when he gets older
Yeah.
to take over. um
Yep.
but I'll throw it to you, Coriander. One of the next big scenes in the movie is the ice skating incident. What did you? Now that
Yeah.
was messed up. What did you think of that scene? They're playing
That
ice
was.
hockey,
Yeah.
and yeah, stuff
I
happens.
mean, yeah, if only Richard got there a little bit quicker, he could have saved the dude, but
Right?
damn, once he went under, that was it. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's creepy because there are times when you could see that he could see through and he's banging and you could see the kids all
Yes.
banging to get him out. And
Yeah, it was a good
yeah, you
scene.
knew it really was. It really
Yeah.
was. And you knew that, yeah, that poor dude's screwed. But
Yeah.
then when he came up, though, where there was an opening in that branch, it's almost like, why didn't he fucking? But I could see, like, if you're numb and you can't
Yeah.
really grab anything, but damn, he
Right.
almost had a chance. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, that was a
Well,
great scene.
and it just continues that process of anyone who is either on to Damien's
Yeah,
identity or
yep,
in the way of the business, they're
yep,
getting aced out. They're getting aced
yeah.
out, man.
If
Real
they're
quick
not
too.
willing to follow and serve, yeah,
Right.
they're gone.
Yep. Real quick in the chat, let's see. Ultimate Sunrise saying it's weird because it seems like everybody saw the first and the third, but missed the second. Why do you think that is? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Because when I was a kid, I did see the second one before the third one. It could just be just chance.
Maybe because
I mean,
Sam Neill's in it, and
it could
I
it
don't
could be.
know. But
Yeah.
honestly, it's a great movie. So for you guys, yeah, like I said, who
Yeah.
haven't seen it, that's awesome. Because yeah,
Yeah.
it's
We
a
got
great movie.
Ken. Ken's in the chat too. Mid-level media saying, "Hey guys, congrats on 500 subs.
Hey,
Thanks so much, man. We appreciate that.
right?
It has been a long road back, but we're here, man. Thank you so much." Aaron saying the train scene freaked me out as a kid. It freaked me out too. It
Yeah,
really, yeah.
it's a
Um,
great scene.
Ken saying I actually like this one more than the first. That elevator scene,
Nice.
yeah.
Yes,
We'll be getting to that. I mean, that was a
there's
freaky
so
scene.
many great scenes. Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Um, so yeah. So anyways, so stuff is happening to people that are in the way of Damien or the business and so forth. So the next scene I want to talk about is, and this is where the company starts to come into play a little bit because Damien says, "Well, can I visit you guys at the factory? Can I bring my classmates and all that?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, you can do that." So they go there, and again, you have this freak accident that happens where one of the gas, the tanks rupture. You got all this toxic gas going all around. It's a really gross scene, man. Pizzarian, who
Yeah.
he was a good guy in the company trying to do the right thing for Thorn. He
Yep.
got killed, and that was really
Yep.
gross. And all the kids are succumbing, getting sick from the gas, except for Damien. Like
Yeah.
he's just sitting there chilling, because obviously
Hmm.
he's not he's the fucking antichrist, man. And it's kind
Yeah.
of like, okay, now here we go, Coriander. This is where we're gonna go into dark territory. Okay,
Uh-oh.
so all the kids, including Mark, the cousin, and
Yep.
Damien, go to the hospital. They're all
Yep.
getting physicals and getting checked out. Then you have the doctor that goes to Richard and says all of the boys had a little bit of, trauma or damage or
Hmm.
whatever. Every boy had something that happened to them because of the toxic gas, except for Damien, right?
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
and look, man, your boy William Holden, again, he's just like, oh, okay, and so the doctor like, I want to run more tests and this and that. So the doctor is getting close to finding out, the true identity of Damien, that he's not human and so forth. Now, I
Yeah.
just want to say this, man. This is where it got a little unbelievable for me, because at this point, Richard is still totally oblivious to any of the danger. You've had multiple deaths that have happened all around him, freak accidents, and he's
Exactly.
still, but
They're freak accidents, you
well,
know?
look. All I gotta say is Gregory Peck got pretty damn smart about 40% into the first film, and that was
Yeah.
believable. That was believable. This is where I
Yeah.
started to lose a little bit with
Hey,
William Holden,
he's
because I
been
was like,
taking
man, come
care of
on.
this kid for years. That he
Yeah,
grew up with his son. He
yeah,
loves this boy. He
I know
didn't
he
believe
does.
any of it. He thought his brother was mentally ill. So
True.
I can completely see how he's like, yeah, let's continue on with life. So anyway,
Look, man, he was oblivious. Come on. Okay, Aaron
stop
says
it.
Aaron says the cast in this film is insanely good. Yeah, they were.
Yes.
They really, really were.
Yeah.
Yes. Gore saying William Holden, an icon of golden era of Hollywood. I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Hmm.
Steven saying, I second that. Congrats on 500 subs. I know how hard of a journey it is to grow. We are almost to 150. Well, congratulations to you guys
Nice.
too, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Ultimate Sunrise saying, I'm going to watch this tomorrow. I got to go now. Okay, man.
Nice.
We'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping in, man. And
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be in touch. We'll be in
Let us know
touch.
how you liked it.
Absolutely. Aaron saying, I third. Congrats on the 500. Thanks so much, man. We appreciate
Nice.
it, guys. But yeah, I mean, so I don't know. Like I said, I just think that he should have started to figure this thing out, man. That's all.
Hey,
That's all I'm saying.
no one has convinced him enough yet. No one
Yeah,
has brought
yeah.
forth any evidence for him to
And
think, holy shit,
and
this
there's
is
gonna
the friggin' Antichrist.
right, and there's gonna be a couple more things to happen before he even starts to think about it. That's why I'm saying, man. Ultimate Sunrise saying, Knight, can we discuss the reboot at all? Yeah, we will be discussing it. Absolutely. Yep, we're gonna be talking about that one as well. Neil saying, when you're in a horror movie and someone tells you your son is the Antichrist, you believe them, no questions asked. That's right. Neil knows what's up. That's
I
right.
need proof. If it's my
people are
fucking kid,
people
I
are
need
dying.
hard evidence
I know,
that
man, but you
this
got
fucking
people
little shit is the devil.
you got
So,
people
yeah.
dying all around you like it's
That,
Christmas, man.
hey, it's not
I
like
know.
he's doing it. They're freak accidents.
Right. No, I know. I'm playing around a
Yeah,
little
you're
bit.
being
Just a
too
little bit.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron saying, hit the like button, guys. Thanks a lot, Aaron. Thanks for watching out for us, man. We appreciate it. But anyways, so okay, so the doctor was getting close to the truth, right? And you see him doing tests and everything. And then you have the
Mm-hmm.
elevator scene. This was
Yeah.
probably the
The
grossest
best, the
scene.
goriest. Yeah.
Yes. And man, I have a thing with elevators, okay? That's one thing I'm
You,
gonna say.
me. Yeah. Whatever.
Elevators elevators can be another conversation, man, but he's in the elevator about to go down to the lab because I think they either are
Yeah.
getting the results on Damien and all that, the DNA and all that stuff, and all of a sudden bam, the elevator just starts to drop down. And I'm like, that would freak me out so bad because he's like, I don't even know how many stories
Right?
up he is, like 20 stories or
Dude,
whatever.
yeah.
And it's going, man. And I'm like, when I first saw it, I'm like, oh crap, is it gonna like
Right.
come to a stop and he's gonna get crushed by gravity? I don't know what's gonna happen, right? And so
Right?
all of a sudden it stops abruptly and he's, he's messed up, he's falling on the ground. And I'm like, he's okay. And then all of a sudden
You
above
hear
the
a
elevator,
noise. Yes.
yeah. And above the elevator, you see the cable that breaks and it's coming down. And it looks like that thing is going at like light speed, right? And
Yeah,
it goes
man.
right through the elevator car,
Cuts it in
right
half.
through him. Cuts it in half, cuts him in
Yes.
half.
And
And I
him.
and I'm
Yeah.
just like, what? And
Yeah.
by the
Right
way,
there, man.
and
Yeah.
by the way, and I'd almost forgotten to mention that this is a young Meshack Taylor. So
Yeah.
shout out to Mannequin
Mannequin.
and all that stuff, man. But
Right?
right, it was a good movie. So then your boy, here's your boy. The next day, Ann Thorne is looking at the newspaper like, oh, the doctor got brutally killed, and we just
In an
talked to him. Yes,
elevator accident, right?
right. Okay, hold on. And she's like, well, we just talked to him yesterday. And Richard is
Wow,
like,
he found out who the mother was.
well,
You
no,
know?
yes, I know that, but I'm getting back to Richard here. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
we just talked to him yesterday. And Richard is like, yeah, we did. It's like, come on, man. But I will.
Well, what's
I
he
will,
supposed to do?
well,
How's he supposed to react?
I'm giving you the look.
Yeah.
But
If you could see me, I'm giving you the look.
But look, no, but for real though. But I think this is where he starts to wonder a little bit, and I will give credit. It happened maybe 10 or 15 minutes too long, but he starts to wonder about it
Oh my
because
God.
he talks about the DNA and all that type of stuff. So
Yeah.
this is where the story really starts to take a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Neil says, I never had a problem with elevators until I watched this.
I've
Yes.
always had a problem with elevators.
Yeah.
I mean,
know,
especially
man.
the ones that have glass where you can actually like see outside. I mean, that
Mhm.
no, that trips me out too much because you're high and
Yes.
oh man,
Yeah.
no, I can't deal with it.
Sunrise saying, is this film on streaming anywhere? It is on Vudu, and I would not be surprised if it's not on like Roku or maybe even Shudder, but it is on Vudu digitally. And Gore was saying, "Oh my God, I knew him from somewhere." Yeah, Meshack Taylor, man.
Yeah.
Mannequin. Shout out to
Yeah.
Mannequin. But
Right.
so Richard is finally starting to get on board, man, and I'm like, thank God, brother, thank God.
Well, is he yet though? Because
Well,
he really not quite yet.
not
It's not till his
quite.
buddy comes
That's
knocking on the
right.
door.
And so then they have that conversation because he's basically like, look, man,
Yeah.
Bugenhagen knew what was up, and we
Yeah.
gotta go and see Yagael's
Check out this
wall.
wall.
That's right.
Right.
And usual Richard is like, well, you go check it out. And I'm like, God,
Yeah.
man, you're making this easy for the Antichrist, aren't you, buddy? But
Yeah.
but the thing that was messed up with this scene, now I'll be a little bit more serious. The thing that was messed up with the scene is that Mark, the cousin, overheard
Yes.
the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Now I will
Puts
say
2 and 2 together and realizes that holy shit, yeah, my cousin is the friggin' Antichrist.
Yeah, and I will say this is the part of the movie that was kind of sad because you saw these two boys and they really were like brothers in this movie.
Yeah, they were.
They definitely got along and had love for each other and
Yep.
so forth. But
Yep.
Mark now knows about
The
Damien,
truth.
the truth
Yeah,
about
man.
Damien. And even before that, like you referenced earlier, Lance Henriksen also told Damien about his destiny and who you are and read your Bible
Yeah.
and all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just like, holy shit, man,
And
this is getting serious.
that scene, yeah, I mean, that scene was so good. I mean, the way that Jonathan portrayed, just finding out that I'm, the Antichrist and he's asking
Yes.
like God in the mirror, it's like, damn,
Yeah.
like, why me?
Right.
He did a real good job.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think he did a good job, Jonathan Scott Taylor. He was good. I mean, and
Yeah.
especially as a young actor, I thought he did very well because again, the movie revolves
I
around him.
enjoyed him
You know,
as, yeah,
yeah,
as a teenage Damien.
and
Definitely.
it was eerie because, like you said, he finds out that he's the Antichrist. He sees the birthmark. He goes into a mirror
Yeah.
and sees the
Yep.
birthmark on his head, just like we had seen in the first movie with young
Yep.
Damien. And he, like you said, he just yells. He's out near the lake or whatever, and he's just yelling, "Why
Yeah.
me? Why me?" And I
Yeah.
thought that was interesting because it's almost like he's not, at least at this point in the movie, he's not inherently evil. Like there are other
Mm.
forces that are in control of him and all that type of stuff
Yeah,
as
like I
well.
said, he had an innocence about him until
Yeah,
this scene, and then once he figures it out, and yeah,
yeah, and
it gets bad. Yeah.
yeah, it was really sad because he basically said to
Yeah.
Mark, what's wrong? And Mark says, you're the son of the devil and all this
Yeah.
type of stuff. And he basically says, yes, I am. I am. The devil is
Yeah.
alive in me and all that type of stuff. And he
Yeah.
basically says to Mark, join me.
That
I
he
want you to
loved
join
him,
me.
yes, and
Yes.
that
He
he
says,
loves him.
yes. And Mark was basically like, no,
And
that's not going to happen.
look at his face. He's like crushed that he's gonna have to do what he's gonna have to do
Right.
because he wants him with him.
And what was scary even before that is he said to him, he says, I'm going to ask you one more time. And I was like,
Yeah.
damn, like this was definitely like a turning point for him as the character.
Yeah.
And of course, we know
Yep.
what happens. He basically
Yep.
kills his cousin right then and there.
Yeah, he did.
And it was
He
pretty,
screamed after too.
yes. And then he cried and he said, oh, Mark, and blah, blah, blah. So again,
Yeah.
you can see that other forces are in control of him as well. Now,
Mhm.
okay, Coriander, once again, you know what I'm gonna say. William Holden.
Hey,
Hold
calm
on,
it
hold on.
down.
What look, man. Sometimes you gotta call a spade a spade. Neil in the chat knows what's up, man. Look, your son is dead. And the last person he was with was Damien, okay?
But
Go
the
ahead, what?
doctors tell him he
Yes.
had a brain aneurysm. He was
True.
born with it. You
Yes.
can't tell when it's going to explode. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So, again, it sucks about these shitty, weird circumstances with all these
Right.
deaths. But again,
It
how
can
can
be
you prove
explained.
that it was him?
Right. And I think that's
Exactly. There's medical explanation. It's like, come
right.
on, man. Come on.
Well, and I gotta admit, I think that that's kind of what's really cool about these movies is that there are a lot of ways to explain it. You know what I mean? And that's what makes it kind of
Yeah.
like, okay, when are people gonna finally figure it out? Type of thing. That's the fun part where you get anxious
Yeah.
about
It's
it.
that damn wall. If that
Right?
wall came forth, it'd be over.
Right?
You know?
Sunrise saying Final Destination 2 ruined elevators for me. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. We got Lordron in the chat saying, just came in to say hi before I go to the psych ward. Hello, Night Watch and the Virgin Mary Coriander. Oh my God. He's too
Hello.
funny. And let's see. Neil says, I saw Mannequin in the theater. Wait, did I say
Nice.
that out loud? Yeah, you did. It's okay, brother. We're all there.
Yeah.
We're all
I
there.
never saw it in the theater. I saw it when it came out on like HBO. That's when I saw
Yeah.
like most of these movies. HBO,
Right?
man.
Yeah. Sunrise saying, I'd like to see Knight have a discussion about Suspiria. Yeah, man, we just
Ooh,
we
we
just did
did.
we did the original. I think it was 2 weeks ago, man. You got to check it out.
Yeah.
What we are hoping to do, we have some plans on it, is to hopefully talk about the remake in comparison to the original. So yeah, definitely check that out. We did Suspiria. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Fun episode too, man. Suspiria is amazing. But okay, so your son is dead. You're at the funeral. We figure out he has a
Yeah.
brain aneurysm. There's your boy lurking in the back, basically
Yeah,
taking count of all the heads. And this is where this is basically leading up to the finale because Richard finally has a
Yeah, he goes,
conversation.
he's like, yeah, I'm going to New York.
Yes,
I'm going to look
he
at
said.
that wall.
Yep.
And
He's like,
this
I gotta
dude,
go see
he
the wall.
needed him. Yeah.
He did, man. He was messed
Yeah.
up. He's like, I
Yeah, he
saw the
was.
wall. You got to come here
It's
and all that.
Damien,
Yeah.
right?
And so this is getting to the train sequence, which was pretty
Yeah.
crazy. And again, man,
Yeah.
Final Destination owes a lot to these movies. They really, really do. But Richard finally sees the wall. He finally sees Damien's face right there. And I swear to God, he might have had a second where he didn't believe it. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But he's
Whatever, man.
he's finally on board, and it's like, thank
Yeah.
you. Let's take
Yeah.
care of business. So he comes back.
Well, when he's in the train, right? That's when that accident happens.
Right.
That other train kills his buddy, traps him,
It
and
crushes him.
It does, and then the wall falls and breaks, and it's like,
That's
well,
a good point.
there goes that.
Yeah,
but
the
still,
turf is gone.
if you put pieces together, you could still see. So it's not like it's completely gone, but
yeah. So another
busted up. Yeah,
it was another Final Destination moment for sure. But
right.
he goes back. He meets up with Anne, and he's basically like, we have to do it. We have to kill him. And I'm like, okay, William, you do what you got to do. And he knows where the daggers are. They're in the office. So they go to the office of the museum. And then here's the big twist.
They tell the driver to go pick up Damien at this ball.
Right, because
and we'll meet you at the museum.
Yeah, because he was at his little military graduation thing, and he's sitting there talking to
with these
Lance
ladies.
Henriksen. Yeah, he's chilling out with the chicks and all that type of stuff. It's like, all right, Damien, all right.
Yeah.
But we come to the twist at the museum, and we find out that Anne, played by the great Lee Grant, is a protector of Damien.
She's a servant. Yes.
And it all makes fucking sense, right? It makes sense because, and again, look at William. He's always
he's on a mission.
But he's always a day late, man. Because he's like,
stop it.
He's like, we gotta kill Damien. Give me the daggers. And sure enough, she turns around and she gives him the daggers and stabs him. And I'm just like, what? Damien comes into the doorway of the museum, and then she has that famous scene where she yells out, Damien! And all of a sudden, the room explodes in a fireball. And I'm like, no way.
She gets it too.
She dies too. It had the daggers, the letter from Bugenhagen, like freaking tickets to Disney World. I mean, everything was in that museum office, and it's gone. Right? And I'm like, what? And sure enough, Damien, and I gotta admit, John
walks out of that museum.
Yeah, John
and gives that driver. Yeah, and the look he gives the driver, like, you know what's up.
Yeah, he comes waltzing out, and he's just like, nobody's gonna know.
Let's
and
go.
I'm just like, and I'm like, wow, man, what a way to end it. And the music cue was fantastic as well. It was crazy because it was like, wow, man, everyone is friggin' gone. Yeah. Real quick in the chat, I'm telling you, man, I'm hyped up about this. Brian says, I think of the elevator scene in Diamonds Are Forever with Sean Connery fighting in the old elevator in Holland. I love that elevator fight. That was a good one, man.
Nice.
Absolutely. Sunrise saying, I enjoyed the remake. All right. Sunrise saying, Coriander is beautiful. When can we see her? Yeah, every once in a while she shows herself live. Yes.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Yes. Brian saying, I'm watching while cooking some fish. My computer speakers sort of blew a little attached to my guitar amp, so I'm hearing the sound from my Roku in my living room and the picture.
What kind
of
fish
laptop.
Are you cooking? Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Right. All right. So the ending of it, like everyone's gone. It's crazy, man. And I think it was a really good ending. And of course, it sets up everything for a third movie. It really does.
I'm hyped up too because it's such a good movie, and
it is.
Yeah, they're both to watch them back to back. That's a great night, and this movie, it's so much fun. Yeah, it's a good time.
It is. Now let's throw out some fun facts. We got some fun facts for you guys as we finish up here, and I'll throw these to you, Coriander. The first fun fact we've got is the White House sequel. The White House sequel.
Yeah. So David Setzler was approached to write the screenplay, but refused to writing sequels. Mm-hmm. And he commented that, years later, that if he had, written one, he would have had it set the day after the first film, and Damien would be living in the White House. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that would
that
have been interesting.
well, I got to admit, when I first saw the second one, that's what I kind of thought was going to happen. We were going to go to the White House, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, this movie, it made sense the way they did it. It really
Yeah.
set up a lot of cool
Totally.
things.
Because that would
The
have been too easy if you think about it for him to already be in the White House. I
right.
mean, come on.
Well, he was with the president at the end of the first movie, though, so that it would have made
Yeah.
sense because
Yeah.
supposedly the
Till his
president
uncle
was going to.
came and got him, right?
Right. Okay, our second fun fact is the late great Richard Donner.
Yeah. He was supposed to direct this, but he was too busy with Superman at the time, so he
Yeah,
couldn't.
he was. Yeah, he was, and thank goodness,
Right?
man. I love the
Yeah.
original
I can't
Superman.
wait till we talk about Superman.
Man, I'm ready to rock. We're gonna party when we talk
Yeah.
about Superman. We really will. It'll be
Yes.
fun. It'll be coming
Right?
soon. Our fun fact number 3: the Iron Maiden connection.
Yeah, so Steve Harris was inspired to make this song, The Number of the Beast, after he had a nightmare from watching this movie.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, right?
Nightmares, man. All right.
Yeah,
Our next fun fact: your boy William Holden.
yeah. So he was 59 when this movie was filmed. And it's funny because Aunt Marion was only 8 years older than
Hmm.
he was. So, yeah,
Wow. Yeah. All
yeah,
right.
that's crazy.
Our next fun fact: the theme song.
Yeah, you mentioned it in the beginning. Yeah, how
Hmm.
they, you know, made it a faster version.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Very, very
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Let's see. We got two more. Two more. Real cadets in the movie. Real cadets.
Yeah, the students at the military academy were actually real students from the St. John's Northwestern Military Academy in Wisconsin.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right. Okay. Um, and our last fun fact: the Omen franchise setting.
The only one that took place in the US, yeah, was this film. The other ones, yeah,
Yeah,
were out
that's a
of
good one.
over, yeah, across the ocean, right?
Yeah, sometimes I never even have thought about that, but that's really interesting. I love
Yeah,
the behind the scenes fun facts, man. It always gives you
right?
an extra layer of appreciation for a movie.
Yeah.
Real quick, Brian was saying Atlantic salmon from Chile, coriander. I got it
Ooh.
at Aldi. Aldi's food is incredibly cheap and good quality. All right.
Oh, it sounds good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Neil saying, always love a good Iron Maiden reference. Right.
Right?
Yeah, man. Sunrise saying, imagine if the Omen kid was groomed to be the next Candyman. Oh, jeez.
Damn.
That'd be a bad
Phew.
combination, man. Right?
Unstoppable, right?
Right. Pretty
Jesus.
much. But yeah, guys, that's about all we've got for the Omen 2. It was a good movie, and I gotta admit, I appreciated the fact that it tried to do something different than the first
Yeah.
movie. So you really can enjoy these two together. It really is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
And, and
man.
and I and I joked around a little bit about William Holden in the movie. I mean, I do believe he probably should have figured it out a little bit quicker,
Hey,
but
ah, I
that's
totally get it because
yeah,
like I said, I would need hardcore evidence
right.
for me to have to kill, if a child I was raising as my
Well,
own and
well,
loved
hold on
them.
now. Even
Come
even
on
before,
now.
well, hold on. Even before he'd be talking about killing him, I'm talking about just being suspicious. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't
Hey,
even
well,
suspicious. He was just like, oh,
because
well,
there's the
people are dying
people
around
fall
me.
through
It
the ice.
happens.
Come on. And elevators mess up, What can I
Yeah.
say? That woman, the reporter chick, that was pretty
Joan
damn
Hart,
freaky. Yeah,
right? Yeah,
that
man.
was a freaky
Absolutely.
one. But all the other
Absolutely.
ones are explained,
Yeah,
so
yeah, it is. I mean, that's what makes these movies interesting. It really does.
yeah.
As we head on out, Sunrise saying, "I know it's wrapping up. Great conversation once again. Look forward to us conversating." Yes, absolutely. And Gore saying, "Thanks all. Take it easy, everybody." Yes. All
Yeah,
right.
right.
So yeah, guys, let us know in the comment section what you think about the Omen 2. A lot of you guys are big fans of the movie, and some of you guys have never seen it. So please let us know what you think about it. We'd love to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Neil saying, great discussion, guys. We appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Please make sure to give us a like, and we will catch you guys later. We will be back talking about the Omen 3 at some point soon. And that also was a really
Yeah.
fun episode that we did back in the day. So I can't wait to get
Yeah.
back to that one with Sam Neill.
And
So
tomorrow night we're doing Halloween 3, so
Season of the
you
Witch,
gotta come
man.
join us for that, right?
9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of people have some
Right?
differing views. So check us out
Yeah.
tomorrow. And
Including me.
well, don't give it away. All
I'm
right.
not. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Catch you later too, Brian. Thanks a lot, man. So we will catch you
Night.
guys later. Take it easy. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace out, guys.
Upchich.